friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and this time I'm gonna be reacting to top 10 emotional podiums. This, I think, will be interesting. So yeah, let's just check it out.
It's often said that the best Formula One drivers remove emotion from their races. But
From
eventually,
races.
the release has to come. Sometimes it's in the garage or the paddock, but on their best days, they make it all the way to the podium and then let it all out. Daniel Ricciardo would probably like to forget the 2016 Monaco Grand Prix, where defeat was snatched from the jaws of victory. Starting on pole behind the safety car on the sodden streets of Monte Carlo, when the race got underway on lap 8, Ricciardo built up a huge lead from the two chasing Mercedes of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. But then, on lap 23, Red Bull made a call that their pit crew were ill prepared for.
Daniel Box. They haven't got the tyres ready. The tyres aren't ready. Ricciardo is sat there waiting.
No.
Did the team make the call? Whoever made the call, the tyres.
How dare you? No. What? Why did you tell him to drive in a box if you don't have the tires ready? Oh my god. Shame on you. Seriously, what the heck?
Weren't ready. Hamilton now makes his way around Anthony Nose, the final corner. I rather get the feeling.
Can I swear? I really want to swear. Whoa!
That it's going to be tight one. Here comes the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Ricciardo on the inside. Hamilton takes the lead. But Ricciardo, of course, has that inside line into Sandoval. Hamilton now leads.
Ricciardo chased and harried the Briton, but there was just no getting past.
Yeah. In this race, yeah.
A podium
This track, actually, not race.
of contrasting emotions followed. As Hamilton celebrated the joy of his second victory in the Principality, Ricciardo's face showed all the complex feelings racing through his mind.
Oh.
Fury, dismay, indignation, disillusionment.
Oh my god, seriously. How?
Sergio Perez's maiden F1 victory was 10 years in the making and came towards the end of one of the most tumultuous seasons of his career.
It's lights out, away we go.
In the penultimate race of the season, his incredible last-to-first comeback drive made a sensational statement. Taken out on lap 1 by Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, there seemed little hope that Perez could do much more than salvage a point or two. But Checo's undoubted skill, coupled with the ultra-competitive RP20, saw him carve his way through the field, passing opponents, friends, and teammates past and present as he moved inexorably into the podium places. Pit stop errors by Mercedes and a late safety
Fire?
car
Did I see some fire? What?
saw Perez into P1 and take the checkered flag for a hard-fought and much-deserved first Grand Prix win.
Yes, Checo, P1. Yes.
Careful.
Speechless, guys.
Are we really going to say goodbye to this driver at the end of this season?
What happens is not so much in my hands at the moment, but I know, and I want to keep going.
Michael Schumacher's win at the 2003 San Marino Grand Prix was magnificent, but there would be no celebrations as he took to the top step of the podium.
Why?
Just a week before he and brother Ralph headed out to Imola, their mother, Elizabeth, had been taken seriously ill. The fact that her two sons put in superb qualifying runs that delivered a front row lockout is testament to their skill and determination. Immediately after Saturday's sessions, the pair flew back to Cologne to be by her side. They returned for Sunday's race, only to be told a few hours before the start that their mother had passed away.
No.
Despite their obvious grief, they elected to participate. Michael's fight was with teammate Rubens Barrichello and the McLaren of Kimi Raikkonen. But there was no stopping the master clinching his first win of the season, while Ralph came home fourth.
It was very difficult for him today, and he shows what he is as a man. and it's maybe the most important today.
There was no champagne, just a dignified and somber presentation. Michael's win a fitting tribute to the woman who raised and supported both brothers to reach the pinnacle.
I can't imagine. Like, I understand you need to do the stuff you need to do, right? But at the same time, like, in this position, like, you can't let out your emotions. You need to be as calm. Oh my god. So bad and so sad.
Of motorsport.
Prost has taken the advantage. Senna is trying to go through on the inside and it's happened immediately.
Oh yeah.
The careers of two of Formula One's greatest champions were uniquely entwined. Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna shared 7 world championships between them and fought some of the closest battles in the sport's history, which were always thrilling to watch. Driving for Williams in 1993, the Frenchman's final season in F1 was a triumph. 7 wins saw him wrap up a 4th world title with 2 rounds to go. He shared podiums in Japan and Australia with his great rival, and it was at his final race in Adelaide that the two titans demonstrated how much they respected and admired each other, despite their well-known previous racing animosity. With Senna victorious in the season finale and Prost a magnificent second, the Brazilian pulled the Frenchman up onto the top step to celebrate his remarkable career in a show of great sportsmanship. Having impressed in his rookie year, Charles Leclerc was given a 2019 race seat for F1's most successful team, Ferrari, and what a sophomore season it was. Pole and a podium in just his 2nd race in red, he had 4 further champagne finishes, including a magnificent 2nd in Austria. It seemed only a matter of time before he claimed his maiden win. Sadly, his 2 great moments at Spa bookended one of motorsport's most recent, but thankfully now rare, tragedies. Leclerc had the qualifying of his career.
What a stunning lap.
Come on, baby. Yes. Yes.
Quicker than teammate Sebastian Vettel by 0.7 of a second as he secured a mighty pole position. But as the drivers went through the interview pen, there was a devastating crash in the Formula 2 feature race in which Leclerc's close friend, Antoine Hubert, lost his life.
Oh.
The paddock and the motorsport world was stunned by the tragedy. Several drivers discussed withdrawing from Sunday's Grand Prix, but in the end, all decided to race in honour of their fallen colleague. Amidst a somber mood of determination and purpose, the heartbroken Leclerc held off the challenge of Lewis Hamilton to secure his maiden win in the most challenging circumstances.
Charles Leclerc can now see the checkered flag, and Charles Leclerc wins the Belgian Grand Prix,
which he immediately dedicated to his fallen friend.
First victory in F1. This one is for Antoine. Difficult to enjoy on a weekend like this.
We have grown up together. My first ever race, I've done it with Antoine when we were younger. There was Esteban, Pierre, and yeah, it's just a shame what happened yesterday. So I can't enjoy fully my first victory, but it will definitely be a memory I will keep forever.
Oh my god.
It's not always tears of happiness or pangs of anger on the podium. Sometimes it's just pure joy. Having withstood the mid-season challenge of both Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard, a trio of wins at Monza, Indianapolis and Suzuka saw Michael Schumacher wrap up his 3rd world crown 5 years after leaving Benetton to achieve his dream of bringing Ferrari back to the top.
Michael Schumacher cuts straight across and drives Mika Hakkinen towards the wall. But Hakkinen's done it again. He's taken the lead as he did last year and the year before.
He bided his time, and when light drizzle fell, the Rainmeister began to reel in the Finn. As the final round of pit stops played out, some exquisite driving saw the Ferrari man pull off the overcut and take the lead, crossing the line for his 8th win of the season. German's joy was unconfined.
The scream!
He leapt onto the top
Oh.
step, almost falling off, and conducted the team in the Tifosi as they all sang the Italian national anthem with gusto. Almost drowning Ferrari boss Jean Todt in champagne, this was a win for the ages and the realisation of a childhood dream. 2008 was the second year in a row that the Drivers' Championship went down to the wire. Lewis Hamilton was leading the drivers' standings by 7 points to Felipe Massa as Formula One arrived for a Sao Paulo showdown. A top 2 finish for Massa, with the Briton no higher than 6th, would be enough for the Brazilian to take the title. He put his Ferrari on pole, with the McLaren man P4. A terrific start in the wet saw him keep the lead, and as the changeable weather forced tyre and strategy switches, Ferrari and Massa were seemingly always one step ahead of McLaren and Hamilton. In the closing moments, the heavens opened again, and both switched to wets. The Briton dropped to 6th as he tried to get heat into his fresh rubber, and as Massa crossed the finish line, he was, at that point, the world champion.
He has done everything he needed to do.
Is that clock? Is that clock going slowly?
It is.
That's
It's gone.
clock.
Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again. 100,000 local hearts singing in the grandstands. It's handed the place back to Hamilton. He comes through, and if I'm absolutely right, I'm sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One world champion, Lewis Hamilton. And you will. Well, the Ferrari boys are celebrating.
They both think
Ferrari are wrong. They're absolutely
No,
wrong.
you're wrong,
Hamilton's
guys.
finished
Wrong.
5th, and Lewis, the father, has just realised that he celebrated a little bit too early.
I think you've done, well, what I can only say is a very good job. Well done, son. Very, very proud of you.
I'm so proud of you anyway. I would have been even more with the championship, but anyway, thank you.
The resolve and stoicism Massa showed on the podium was incredible. As a nation, was inconsolable.
We finished in the front, and we have to be very proud about that. And unfortunately, we missed 1 point, but that's racing. It's one more day of my life. We're gonna learn a lot with this day, and that's the way it is. But for sure, I'm very, very emotional.
Oh. 1 point, seriously, 1 point.
After 122 starts, a string of near misses, and being a firm number 2 to Michael Schumacher, few gave Rubens Barrichello much hope of breaking his duck as he lined up P18 for the 2000 German Grand Prix. But when his teammate collided with Benetton's Giancarlo Fisichella at turn 1 and was immediately out of the race, Barrichello had the task of climbing through the field to salvage anything for his team. And he did just that, with a series of incredible overtakes, working his way through the field until he was all over the tailpipes of Jarno Trulli's Jordan, running in P3. On lap 20, he secured the fastest lap before the race was disrupted by an intruder dashing across the Hockenheim ring. And there was further drama as rain began to fall. Race leader Mika Häkkinen pitted for wets, but Barrichello stayed out on the dry tyres, gambling that he could handle the wet parts of the track and make up time on the drier sections.
You are watching a sensational drive being completed with Rubens Barrichello from Sao Paulo winning for Ferrari, and he's done it! Superb!
Ayrton Senna's maiden victory on home soil was a long time coming. During the first 7 seasons of his magnificent career, he failed to take the winner's trophy in Brazil. But in 1991, there was to be no stopping him. Getting the jump on pole sitter Nigel Mansell at the start, he held off the Britain's challenge for 60 laps, the Williams driver rampant before his gearbox finally gave out. But Senna had been suffering a gearing problem of his own. Having lost third, fourth and fifth gears, it meant medium and high-speed corners had to be taken in sixth. It was all the Brazilian maestro could do to stop his McLaren from stalling at each turn. Now hounded by the second Williams driven by Ricciardo Patrese, Senna pushed on as best he could. Not even the rain could stop him from taking his first home Grand Prix after 8 years of trying. Physically exhausted and emotionally drained, he had to be helped from his car and onto the podium. The effort of lifting the trophy was almost too much.
I've been very near to win the Brazilian Grand Prix many other occasions, and today is a memorable day in my career, in my life. It's a super day. I'm over the moon.
Lady Virginia Williams, or Ginny, as most F1 fans would know her, was the wife of Frank Williams, founder and team principal of the outfit that bears his name. And without her, the team would not have had the success it did. Meeting failed racing driver and aspiring team owner Frank in 1967, she sold her London flat to fund her then boyfriend's fledgling outfit. Largely uncredited over the years, Ginny was the backbone of the team as it made ground and eventually found success. In 1986, the Williams family's lives were changed forever when Frank suffered paralysing injuries in a road accident in France. Their car that year, the Honda V6 turbo-powered FW11, was a masterpiece of engineering, helping the team to 17 podiums, 11 fastest laps, 4 poles and 9 Grand Prix victories. At Brands Hatch for the British Grand Prix, on the weekend that Frank made a poignant return to the paddock, Nigel Mansell led Nelson Piquet home for a Williams 1-2, sparking incredible scenes of celebration. Without Ginny's intelligence, bravery, resolve and incredible loyalty, it's unlikely the team would have achieved all it did. 9 Constructors' Championships, 7 Drivers' titles, and many, many champagne moments. None more emotional than this.
Oh my god, this video was something. I don't know why. Straight away I thought it's gonna be just like happy podiums. I wasn't expecting that I will cry as much as I did. It was actually a tough one. So yeah, I hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please consider to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, take care. Bye.